Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hardly Working Hard. Again, today I'm at work, and you can see I have a different fence behind me. I'm in the car again, and it just, so no one at the company throws a big fit, I can't show too much of where I'm at. I got to keep it a little bit anonymous. In a different area now, a good 25 miles from where I used to work at. I drive in the other direction to get to work now. Out here, we're kind of out in the hills and woods. And behind me over that hill, you can see some really good sunsets if the clouds aren't in the way. The ridges and hills back there are at least a good 10 to 12 miles away, and you can see way out there. The nearest cell phone tower, I've measured it, is 4.5 miles that way, heading south. But anyhow, when I was doing the previous Hardly Working Hard episodes, I was at my previous job, and the what's whys and wherefores of why I'm no longer there, well, that's a big thing of debate to talk about. We don't have time for that here right now. In the chat here, Bowser, hi, happy Easter tomorrow. Thank you. So, anyhow, I left that job kind of involuntarily, and now I'm at a new place. This is a place I worked at a few years ago, and I wasn't excited to come back here because they have a reputation of keeping contractors for 90 days and out. No ifs, ands, or buts. Well, anyhow, I've been here for 5 months now, so things are doing pretty good. This place is due to close in a year or two, so I have no illusions or delusions about staying here long term. I've been in this whole IT contracting job field long enough to say, hey, you know what? Whatever. I'm here getting the paycheck until the day they say we're done. Then I'll go somewhere else and make money there for a while. You know, after enough years of this IT contracting cycle, you get used to it. Now, I didn't want to come up here because my first thought, and I told the guy at the agency, hey, if they're going to keep me for 90 days and get rid of me, it ain't even worth the trouble. I don't even want to go. But ultimately, I'm now making 50% more money here than I was at the previous job. That job had kind of the job I was at, I kind of had a low paycheck, but I enjoyed being there. I was the data center manager of the place. Now, that's kind of an overstatement. I was a manager there the same way that you might consider a 19-year-old as the shift manager at your local McDonald's. More, more by title than actual authority. But was I the only person on site at the company? Yes. Was I the most senior person there? Yes. So you're the manager, right? If you want to call it that, let's go on the resume. You can, build yourself up in your mind like that, whatever it takes. But had to leave there, so now I'm up here again. And this job, I'm doing less work and making more money. That's one thing I like about getting to be in more senior positions. The less you do, the more you make. And I've thought back to many, many years ago before I was doing computer work, thinking the kind of hard physical work I did for a lot less money. Come a long way, but man, it drives me crazy that it took so many years to get here. So, in the job I was at before, it was okay, but over time they were adding more and more things we had to do each day. Uh, Going into the computer and doing about 6 minutes of furious mouse clicking through all of the security cameras. And 3 times a day. And for what? I'm here. There's no one else here. What are you looking for? And go around and you gotta go through each door at least twice a day. Well, I might do that just walking around, but being obligated to do it, it didn't make it any more fun. And here at this job, in the average day here, I might do 30 to 45 minutes of actual work. And then it's doing completely, utterly, totally nothing the rest of the work shift. I'll try to do my work right away when I get in, so I don't have to have it on my mind all night long or all day long or whatever the case may be. Uh, go into a couple of websites we have related to the company, check for any new work orders that are coming in, update the forms and things, do some work if a technician is coming in to do some things, work with him, get his papers, fill them out, do more work on a computer when he's done, and then that's pretty much it. It's pretty rare that I'm not doing, it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare that I'm doing completely nothing for less than 6 hours a day in an 8-hour shift. Now, when I first came up here back in mid-November, they brought me in here with another guy whose name was Heath. And this Heath, according to his resume, which looked very made up to me, and I know about these things, he was about 60 years old. He was some kind of a computer programmer, a lot of software work, and but not any real actual data center physical hardware work. And some of the things he was doing in the place, it was just dumb. He didn't know what he was doing. He didn't belong here. He would come in late. He would skip entire shifts. He would leave early sometimes. And every time he screwed up, I would just stand back and go on, screw up again. Make me look better. Thank you, you idiot. So after about 5 or 6 weeks, they got rid of Heath. So it was just me now of the two people who came in here. I said, hey, Tim, we need someone to work overtime to cover all these shifts because someone has to be here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I said, hey, I'll take the overtime. I'll do it. So for a while there, I was getting me some overtime money. 3 2-week paychecks in a row. 100, 108, and 101 hours. Now, there were a lot of 12-hour shifts. I'd have to go home, get to bed, get enough sleep, get up, get back here. So you couldn't do it forever, but it was nice for a while. But then when you get back to those 80-hour paychecks and you think, that's it, yeah, it's kind of a letdown. So I am here at this place. I do what I gotta do. You know, I don't try to slack off or be lazy. I have to interact with other people here, which is a real pain because, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. Back to my table. Whatever. I got my little cubicle area all set up. It's like an open cube kind of a layout. I got 3 monitors on the work computer, and I got 2 monitors, one for my laptop and one for my other monitor. I can play World of Warcraft here. I can go on YouTube and do things here, but I wouldn't try to do this on the company system here. This is on my phone out in the car on the cell network. Yeah, I'm not that crazy. So, just going to work and making the money until I don't have to anymore. So, that's all for this episode of Hardly Working Hard. I'm still trying to get the most and do the least.